Hi guys, and welcome back to our episode of Heart of the Plains, a 5e D&D game with these lovely people. Nice and high leveled, level 16 is what we're at. A few people...
17.
17? I
Yeah.
was wrong. I was very wrong.
This many.
I just realized I don't have my own stream up because I'm a bad person. I should be able to see the chat. Yeah, I know, right? I should be able to see the chat. Professional. Right, so first of all, I'd like to thank the amazing artist Brepi. You can see her work right now on screen, and her details are below. Right now, she has, I believe, Tig on screen, and she has a lot of little things she's doing for us in the next little while. So stay tuned, and you will see some of that on our YouTube and Twitter and whatnot. I'd also like to thank Wonders of Blunders and Nerds of the West for bringing a couple cool characters, players to our game, and just all around providing quality content. So without taking up any more of your time, I will start going across the screen and getting these guys to do their own intros. So, Reese.
Hey guys, I'm, spoiler alert, Reese. I am from a fellow Twitch channel called Nerds of the West, where we play board games. We also play video games. We are also on YouTube, and today I'm playing as the cocky but recently had his leg detached and regrown rogue, Felix O'Farah.
Okay.
There you go, quick recap.
Next up, we have Agent Number One.
Hello, I'm Agent Number One. I am from the other D&D related thing, Wonders and Blunders, which you can check out down below. And I'm playing Dominic, who is our... geez, I don't even know how to... I shoot a bow. I shoot a bow real good. I got 17 levels of shooting a bow so good you wouldn't believe it.
I do bow shooting great.
I do bow shooting.
You also have traumatic experiences. That's the other thing you do quite well. All right, next along we have Shrogrel playing Tig.
Hi guys, I am Shrogrel. I'll be playing Tig tonight, who most recently discovered what it's like to be a sloth and promptly forgot, and ate some delicious chicken drumsticks. So who doesn't love a good chicken leg? So yeah, let's see what happens this week and see who I decide to eat this week.
Was that a little bit of a burn on Felix as well there?
I don't know. He hasn't got much of a leg to stand on.
Right.
Good stream, everyone.
Lastly, we have Josh.
Hi everyone, I'm Josh the Pirate. I am playing the lovable Shadakai Warlock Bard, bit Warlock, mainly Bard, Valastay, and yeah, it's getting the character voice now. There we go. And yeah, on another podcast, on another D&D related thing that I do, I am skiing Felspar in There Be Dragons. We released episode 15 this week, Into the Mist Part 1, and I listened to it today, and I'd forgotten how fucked up it was. Made me extremely angry and actually ruined my afternoon because I was like, oh God, I remember how irritating this was to do. It's a good listen, but an irritating thing to do.
All right.
There you go.
So, sorry.
And who are you, our
everyone.
lovely
Remember
DM?
those times where my headset sometime, like my sound just stopped and it just can't hear things? That's happened again. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hope that one of you is going to do the recap and not just make things up because I can't hear you, and I'm going to fix this while you go. So since Josh seems super excited, he can do the recap as I fix this.
Quick, add it all in while you can.
Guys, we have the power. All right. So it went extremely well. Last
Swimmingly.
session. Yeah, like one person was swimming a little slower than everybody else, but we all got there. Look, it felt it was a bit of an exercise of Valistay just imposing his Uncle Valistay, keeping all the kids apart
I think you
and
can hear us
stopping
now.
any fighting. So yeah, what happened? Well, at the beginning of the episode, Dom was trying to kill Felix a tiny bit. So Valistay bewitched Dom and told him to fuck off for a little while. And then Tig was pretty dead set on beating the shit out of Dom for perfectly legitimate reasons. So I turned her into a sloth. And that resolved that for a short amount of time. And then I went...
Cute.
It was amazingly cute. We got some fantastic fan art.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Just try it.
Yeah, that one, amazing. I have had personally people come up to me and go, "Oh my dude, what the hell? That was such amazing fan art." I'm like, "Isn't it cool?" I'm ooh about it. Then we regrew a leg. That was fun. Determined that the old leg was no longer necessary, and that it was
Tig ate it.
It's Tig's hat day. And so Tig interpreted that was her hat day present. And I don't know if you've ever tried it. Valistay looked at it very much like trying to remove a stick from a dog's mouth. And the dog's like, "No, I'm having this. I'm having this stick, Mum." So I was like, you know what? Some
no
fights,
take, only throw.
Yeah. Well, I reckon she'd have been up for it if I was going to throw it for her. And then I managed to get Teak to calm down and asked her what the whole business, why she was angry with Dom. And then I got some answers out of Dom and I relayed them to her. And I eventually managed to convince her not to beat the shit out of him, which was good. And then we met an old friend of Dom's as a ghost. And then he possessed Tig. And she beat the shit out of Dom. Because, you know, my will be done regardless very much. And that ended very poorly with Dom almost, well, Dom died, I think, a little bit.
Very close. Very close.
Felix got a little bit more beat up, and then he actually, that was it. Felix knocked Dom out, which was a nice piece of maneuver with Dom's own bow. Everybody can use that bow, we've established.
Yeah.
And at that point, I said, you know what? Fuck it. It's time for a nap. And I managed to get the ghost out of Tig by turning her back into a sloth, which was fun. And then it ended on a very touching note with some incredibly good music choices, with Dom hogtied because he's now murderous rage against Felix. Felix sort of just done with shit. Sitting in the Learman's tiny hut, with Tig and Book on, like, with their heads in Valistay's lap, and Valistay sitting there thinking, yeah, day of fucking days.
Yeah. Oh, he fixed Tig's arm as well.
Yeah, because I used the bowstring and made the sun basically, and did a bit of fixing on her for that, because it was nasty. Being possessed is apparently bad for you. Who knew? Particularly if you're a tree. Anything else of note?
Not that I can think of, no.
Yeah. A Book makes a really good sloth sitter. We know that now. It's good information to possess. Yeah. And never leave Tig alone with an unattended limb.
Yeah. See, Tig's been in a few campaigns. This one's before it, both streamed as well, just elsewhere. And I think the thing that always confused people most is this big friendly barbarian who occasionally would pull like a leg out of a bag of holding and just start chewing on it. And they're like, is that people? Num, num, num.
Wait, so you're telling me that Tig's a repeat offender of eating human legs?
No. Tig recycles. You people waste stuff.
We've had this this was Act 1. When in the King's Glade, do as the King's Gladians do, you know?
Have a little bit of dwarf.
Don't you remember that she was eating some?
It was delicious.
Roasted dwarf.
I didn't know those people. I knew who was attached to that leg, and he was a pretty good dude. And now he's really dejected.
I think he's a bit of a dick, really.
Right. Yes. Wild elves recycle. They're all about that nature and not wasting things.
So you've got more limbs.
Tig cycling.
As you guys in the final, half hour of sleep, let's get the still charmed Dominic to roll a strength check. I'll make it quite a high check. I imagine you guys would have tied him up a lot.
Yeah.
So let's see if he beats that.
Let's see. Flat strength.
Yep, flat strength.
This can't be the one time he does it.
No, that's
I should have just used the nat 20.
Hero point.
it was a DC 20 check. I imagine they like quite literally hog-tied you and made it real hard. And I did just imagine you sort of like flexing out.
I did
Dom
put an
play
apple in
style.
his mouth.
Yes. Right, so I'll say most likely Felix and Tig will be the last to rise, only because they are somewhat tired from the day before. Tig was possessed and had, her bark started flaking off. Felix, you grew back a limb. So, Valiste, I almost called you Josh, that's why it took so long for me to get there. Valiste, you wake up with a little book nestled right next to you. And it's like this little warm patch like kind of against your ribs inside, where he has sort of like just like pressed up against you. And as soon as you sort of move at all, his feathers fluff up, his eyes open, he like looks around, looks at you, then just slowly settles back and closes his eyes.
Yeah, I sort of just pat his head like, no, off you, back to you're all good.
Rubs his head into your hand and goes back to sleep.
And I would have slept with facing Dom, who is presumably on the floor.
I think Dom's finally asleep, but it wouldn't have been a good sleep for you.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
time? That's not a comfy. That's not a comfy
No.
time.
No. So I would cast Greater Restoration on him, basically as soon as I wake up.
Okay. So, you sort of get stirred from your sleep by the low tones of Valiste casting the spell. As the effect washes over you, you don't have exact memories. Like, it's not like crystal clear because, the charm sort of muddled things, but you get the feeling that you did hurt your friend. It's just not exactly how.
Is there any of the leg left?
I imagine there's some bones next to Tig, unless she's like cracked them to suck the marrow.
Yeah.
There's not being wasteful, and then there's just
The savage.
Just Felix wakes up in the light day.
Well, we already heard that when she I put him to sleep the first time when she was just like she walks behind a bush and you hear this popping noise of a joint being popped out.
That's
and just,
right.
Oh, that's the knee separating.
Yeah.
And then there's the marrow.
I'm like,
All right,
hypnotic
so
case, go to
anyways.
sleep.
Yeah, there'd be some bones scattered around.
One of them's like a big straw.
Yes, it is. So I would hold one up in front of him and I say, "Any idea what happened yesterday?" Oh yeah, all right. And I untie him.
Yeah, you see like Dom get up and very much is just like cracking his back in a couple of different spots. You can see this huge set of welts and bruises all around his neck from where Diomedes grabbed him as Tig from yesterday.
Yeah.
And yeah, he just has this like pretty heavy expression of sadness on his face.
I say, "Mate, I'm sorry about the tying up. I hope you can understand. You were not yourself yesterday. Oh God. How are you?"
My voice is really bad. And
Yeah,
he starts like pointing to the marks
Mm.
around his neck. And it's
Can I
like,
perform a medicine check to determine how fucked up he is, not knowing the meta information that he has been affected by a curse or whatever?
Yeah, make a medicine check.
Medicine.
Yeah, this goes. Okay, that's big. So, his throat does look like it's very heavily bruised. There's sort of like burst capillaries all around his throat, and it stands to reason that this is partly why he can't talk, but this also does seem to have something else really affecting him as well.
Would I be aware of the effects of this place on people who aren't native to it?
Yes, you are.
Okay. I say, I have a close look at it and I go, no, mate, I'm afraid there's nothing I can really do about this. This is just sort of par for the course. It'll heal. I can try. So if I've got any higher level healing magic at the end of the day, I can give it a swing if you like. But other than that, I think it's just a sort of, this place does things to people not born here. I mean, hell, it does things to people born here. So, yeah. Take some time. The others will wake up soon. If you'd like a sort of a back rub, I'm available.
Yeah, and you can see him kind of have a little like pained chuckle, and then he looks over to Felix, points at him, and kind of asks like,
he should be all right, but you took his leg off, Dom. And then Tig ate it, which was arguably the more troubling thing for Felix, possibly. And I hold the bone up. Tig doesn't like to be wasteful. I get that. It was Tig's hat day yesterday. I don't know if you know any relevance of that. Yeah.
Yeah, you just like, Dom just like puts his heads in his hands and like crumples down on the floor for a minute, and it's just like, you can hear him just like silently being like, fuck.
I assume that the hat day is some sort of birthday reference. Is that? Yeah.
Yeah, Dom reaches out his hands, and you can see light start dancing across it as he casts prestidigitation, and forms like a small cake and a gathering of little tiny like light people around it.
Honestly, I had other things on my mind. I was sort of, I was flat out of anything I could do to make the day special for her, but she was pretty stoked for the leg. Felix, on the other hand, was hacked off, would be literal and also mildly the way to put it. The other thing, and I don't know if you recall this, she was pretty convinced that you'd killed Nissa and Vanny.
Now, would I have remembered this conversation from the other day, because I had this under
this was a different charm.
Double charm.
Make an intelligence check, and also Valise, make an Arcana check for me.
Very well.
At 20.
Yeah, so you remember it.
I don't do very well.
You
6.
also, yeah. You have, yeah.
And yeah, Dom just does like a back and forth, like we talked about this already.
Okay, yeah. I wasn't sure what you'd remember. So yeah, I don't know. I'm genuinely not sure what she thinks now. I believe she was under a different sort of, I think it was a vision that the creature showed her, but yeah, it was deep, and I wasn't equipped with the information to. I mean, you try talking sense into Tig.
Dom chuckles, and then he kind of like, I guess watches wouldn't be a thing, but he again like puts out his hand and kind of like walks across it, and then forms this beast of shadow that gets wrapped in like a cage of light, and says, and just like points in the distance.
Yeah, I think that's today's plan, because we are so ready for it. We go find the nasty big thing, we catch it, ideally beat it unconscious, summon a demon prince, because why not? And then bargain with said demon prince. Oh, I love this plan. Every time I say it, like in my head or out loud, it just gives me goose pimples, I suppose, would be a good way of putting it. Morbid terror, possibly a different one. Different, more accurate way of describing my feelings toward the plan.
As these guys are talking, both Tig and Felix wake up because you're talking awake. You're interrupting their sleep. I know, but still talking like in a very, very small room.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Yeah.
How's the leg? As in, Josh is asking Kyle, how is the leg?
Sorry. Yes. Felix's leg.
Yeah.
It's kind of gross still. Like it's a brand new leg, right? The muscle is slowly coming back to what it was, but it's like kind of not quite there. So it like where one leg is like fit and toned, the other leg is sort of a bit like
scrawny,
just loose skin, scrawny, like only like it's like patches of hair as opposed to like as it should be.
It's going through puberty.
Yeah, it's going through puberty. So he's just.
And I'm imagining, spoiler alert, Reese's legs, which I feel like are probably quite hairy.
That would be correct.
I mean, you've got one very hairy, and then the other just is, yeah.
Thank you.
Sorry.
That's what we needed.
There you go.
This is what I come here for. This is the good content.
Apologies, everyone.
Scandalous.
Oh, that actually hurt a lot.
It's been years since I've lifted my leg that high. All right.
Treading an athleticism you do not possess.
So, yes, you have, but you can walk on it, you can move on it, and you're, it's just, if you was to expect it to like do what you could do in the army where you're running all day, not so much.
Yeah.
It'll get there. It'll probably be there by the end of today, but today will be a day of slow travel for you.
Cool.
Okay. Tig's gonna reach over and try and grab her pile of bones and go for the one that's like a straw. Try and get the rest of that marrow out of there.
Do me a favor, roll me a sleight of hand.
Why do I have to roll a sleight of hand for this?
Just roll me a sleight of hand.
Oh jeez. 19. Oh.
So you pick it up quite carefully and start like inspecting it. Yep, you find one that's like still good for your morning snack. But I think it'll be about now. How long does the tiny hut last?
8 hours, and I would have dispelled it about now, even if it was
like,
still working.
Just sort of gone. And that, with it gone, because I believe tiny hut stops all like environmental effects coming in. It's like it stops weather and stuff. So I was kind of saying it would stop the effects of the shadow plane a little bit. But as it goes down, you'll just start getting cold, and that slow feeling of despair and horror sort of starts filling you again. And as you blink around and look at this just endless expanse of grey earth and black rocks in a shadowy sky above, Dom, you see maybe 400 or 500 meters out just this humanoid shape, semi-translucent and glowing, just watching you.
Dom whistles to get everyone's attention and points.
And I stand.
Sighs.
I sigh, and I see it, and I stand in front of Tig so she can't see, except she's much taller than I am. So I would do I would say, "Oh, Tig, sorry, I just borrowed this for a moment," and give her back the bone that I was still holding. And I look at Dom and
go. Does somebody have my bow, or was it like left with me?
Sorry, here you go. I had the bow string. I don't think you... And we did not leave the bow anywhere near you. It was near where I slept, and I give it back. Or you can go and get it.
Yeah. I mean, I guess I would just go and kind of pick it up and look at it.
Tig's looking at Dom very warily.
Longingly, like, at him, and just, like, kind of shaking it at the figure in the distance.
On that note, and I say it without pointing at the figure to Dom, I mean, it does occur to me I could use my scythe. That would get him off our case. It does, however, involve feeding the soul of a friend of yours to I don't know if it's better for him to just be consumed or stay here.
Dom just runs his finger along the scythed blade of the bow and taps that.
You reckon you kill it with that? Okay. Well then, give that a go. Up for that. Yeah. I don't want Tig anywhere near it for obvious reasons.
Tig's gonna lean around from behind you.
She can see clear over my head. She's at least 2 feet tall.
I know, but she's pretending she's hiding from
This is-
behind you.
Delightful. Oh, you can use me as an Operation Human Shield, definitely.
Okay,
Yeah.
Tig, you're a little daft. So I'm actually going to make you roll a perception check.
Oh shit.
The others, not so much. Look over
Okay.
there, they look over there. They still look over there and you expect to follow a shiny ball or something. So let's...
Okay.
Ooh, shiny red ball.
23.
On the other hand,
Oh no.
you look out and you see this glowing figure. And as you sort of stare at it and blink once and twice, every time you blink, it just seems to be 100 feet closer. And you all watch as it just sort of...
Oh,
Oh,
fuck, here we go again.
No!
We can't catch a fucking break, can we?
Tig's-
God damn it.
No!
So you run, Tig?
Oh yeah.
All right, so you run, you get up at the start, bones go everywhere. Boop, wakes up with a start, jumps up and down, starts squawking at you loudly. As you go running, it sort of like hops after you for a second, turns around, sees this little friggin' ghost coming closer, and it sort of does its hop, run, like chasing Tig. Does not want to be anywhere near Ghost after what happened yesterday. Realizing that it's leaving Valsay, it stops, and you see it turn around, and it's got this like, its eyes go really wide as it looks, and Book doesn't know if he should chase Tig or help you, and is stuck in this moment of indecision.
Book, go after Tig. Make Tig stop after a little while. We'll deal with it.
I guess we're fighting this thing, aren't we?
I think Dom's fighting it. We're back up.
Okay. Well, give us the signal, Dom, and not shoot off my other fucking leg.
He's sorry about that.
Yeah,
Roll
as soon as
a-
it comes within range, I'd love to like cast Hunter's Mark on it, and
Roll initiative though.
oh yeah, for sure.
All of us?
That's
or just
No,
Dom?
just Dom.
Good.
Okay, I'm just gonna do this.
One.
Right, because yeah, cool. That's 19.
Oh.
Let me just double check that I had my little monster I want. It's fine. I know what I want us to do anyway. Okay, so it comes up. It moves up close to you, and its hand shoots out. What's your AC? That's the wrong button for
18.
me.
Jesus.
Does not use a D100 when it rolls. So 16 plus 4. So it hits. Its hand slides into your chest,
Ooh.
and you feel it grip around your heart, and this quick squeeze. And then as a bonus action, it just disappears. You take D4 wisdom damage.
Oh.
Ow.
That's a 4. That's a 4, buddy.
So he loses 4 wisdom.
4 wisdom.
-4. All right, so that puts me at 4 wisdom.
You will gain 1 wisdom back a day.
Yeah, I think you just see like when as soon as Diomedes like disappears in this clutch of smoke, you just see Dom like grab his chest and take a knee.
Okay.
I would go over and keeping an eye out for the ghost.
Yeah, I'm just watching.
And I would, put a hand on Dom's shoulder and say, well, that looked horrible. One presumes he'll be back.
Dom nods.
Right. Cool.
You're all right, Dom.
And yeah, you can just see like Dom just looks confused and has just kind of got like one hand like he's feeling for a wound on his chest.
Mm.
Like he's expecting to find like a scar or something.
As you touch your chest, you do have armor on, right? So there's just like an icy patch over where his hand was, and underneath, like you kind of wince a little bit as you touch the flesh because it's sort of almost kind of like the outer layer of skin is a little frostbitten. It's black, and as you touch it, it just sort of cracks and falls away. But then it's like just the surface layer. So underneath, it's fine.
Well, that doesn't look healthy.
Can I, using the bow, cast Lesser Restoration on myself? Which I don't think will do anything, but I'm gonna give it a shot.
Go for it. Out of curiosity, because it's been a while since I've looked at Lesser Restoration. That
In fact,
cures
I know
curses,
it. I
right?
know it won't. No,
Is it
it
Great
ends
Mercy
one
does that?
disease or condition affecting it. The condition can be blind, deafened, paralyzed, or poisoned.
You need
Alright,
greater
so
restoration
it does
for
nothing.
curses.
You cast it and nothing happens. You sort of like feel yourself getting a bit better and then just nothing.
If you've got $100 worth of dust, diamond dust, I could have a go. But
Dom looks at his like mostly nothing that he's carrying, like the small bag.
yeah,
Reaches in, grabs like a pile of like lint and stuff out of it, and some crumbled
Fair
like
enough.
rations.
yeah.
Look, I don't mean to be the one to interrupt this, but I don't think Tig stops running.
So on that,
I forgot about that. for a sec.
Book's sort of like jumping in. You can start hearing him like wheeze and squeak a little behind you as he's like running out of breath, trying to keep up. Would that cause you to turn around at all, Tim?
Yeah. Oh,
So
poor.
as he does
I
that, he
turn
sort of
around to
like
go pick him up and keep running.
as you turn around, he sort of jumps and tries to flutter a little bit on this because he's a flightless bird man, doesn't fly, but flutters a bit to you. And as he grabs on, he squawks loudly, and you de-door back to the group.
I'm probably standing there holding him, just like.
So you just get this, and in front of you is Tig holding Book.
Yeah, they haven't stopped running.
Right.
Hello.
Wait. Do you teleport?
Yeah, dimension door.
Yeah,
Oh,
doesn't teleport.
Great. I didn't understand what D-door was. I go, good job, Book. Tig, if it comes back, your instinct was exactly right. You take Book and you run, but, and this is super important, don't run too far. We'll deal with the ghost, and then you bring Book back, all right? So that Book doesn't have to keep D-dooring it.
Fuck.
Yep.
And
Yep.
Book's like, yeah. And then, Val? And it's like wiggling around, trying to get out of Tig's massive hands.
You
I
can
She's
let
gonna
go of
walk
Book
over
now.
delicately to Valstein and just be like,
I take Book from you.
Yeah, Book sort of is like, as soon as you guys like sort of like, hugs in close and sort of cocks his head to the side, with like a questioning look on its bird face.
To me or her?
To you.
I'd say, good job, Book. That was well done. I don't know. Is that what he's?
Pat
Really-
on head, place on ground.
Really hard to let you know that because it can't respond. Sort of like shrugs and then just settles into your arms.
Okay, I give him a good firm hug, and then I pop him back on the floor because he can walk like a big boy.
Sort of puts down and like because he like squeezes out, like straightens out his little waistcoat that he has, and then like and just walks next to you proudly.
Cool.
Tig's gonna go and find some sort of a twig somewhere. I'm assuming there's trees everywhere, right?
There is not.
There is
You've
not.
left-
This is
you've left
barren.
You've left the Borderlands. This is barren.
Oh, I thought there might be like some dead trees around or something. There's nothing.
Not here. There's not.
Okay. Tig's little flowers not growing.
There's not really much light here, so they're
Oh.
just more or less, they're wilting but not fully dead.
Okay.
Well, shall we, lady and gents?
Yeah. What's the plan? What are we? What's the goal of today? I guess.
Oh well, going on how well yesterday went. We thought Dom and I were talking about this before you guys woke up, and I say talking in a broad sense.
You were talking. He was grunting. Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, I heard the whole fucking thing. Yes. Go on.
Well, the general feeling between the two of us is we hunt down the nasty shadowy thing that Book mentioned, that's been haunting or whatever it is the elven settlement to the direction we're going near the Styx. Then we utilize, we render it unconscious or in other ways incapacitated, and then we summon the demon prince and sacrifice it to him, convincing him to assist us with our noble quest.
So all in all, just another fucking
Easy day,
grand
mate.
Sunday, isn't it?
Easy day, mate. Like,
Oh, brilliant! Oh, fuck, I love
mean,
it.
on our, like just in the last 3 days, should be the easy bit.
I'll tell you what, I really am loving this place. I'm aggressively packing all my shit up. I'm like, oh, just really loving it. I just can't wait to spend another fucking day here. Oh, it's great.
As I understand it, the abyss is much worse. So
Oh,
hopefully
just what I wanted to fucking hear.
well, that's why we're not going there, buddy. Remember that we're going to the library.
Yep.
Tig's gonna collect up a bunch of the bones at the moment, just quietly while he's packing his stuff up. Just hold them.
Okay.
Well, look,
So-
as long as we can get through another day without me losing another fucking limb, it should be good.
Look, yeah, I'm not. I can always grow them back again.
I don't think I could take the dex minuses anymore.
As you guys are having this chat, Book sort of just is walking along next to you and takes his little book out and starts just reading it. And just make sure he's not going to trip over. And anytime you guys sort of start veering too far off the path he's trying to take you back on, he just sort of squawks loudly and nudges with his beak and points with his wing, and you turn in a new direction, because you did say you wanted to go the fastest way to the river, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
So he's taking you to the river Styx as best he can. After about half an hour of walking with his book, he looks to you, Valiste, and you hear a voice in your mind. Are you sure you want to do this?
Can I respond in my mind?
Let me double check how this works.
Or I can just start having a one-sided conversation with Book, and the rest of them can just fucking deal with it.
Oh, great. Now he's fucking talking to himself. This game's getting better and better.
It can telepathically speak to any creature it can see within 30 feet. So that's him, not you. So I guess you having one-sided conversation.
Yep. Oh, that's neat. Sorry, what was his question again? I'm not sure I wanted to... Mate, I have never been less sure of anything in my life, but I know what I've got to do, and I know what we've got to do, and if you know of another way, I am a human being, or an elf made of ears at this point. So if you happen to know of another Minotaur or somebody else who might be able to navigate the library, I mean, it sounds to me like killing this shadow beast thing would actually be a good civic service. So I'm not overly opposed to doing that. We sound like the right kind of people for that job. But the whole summoning a demon lord, I've never been particularly on board with that element of the plan, but it does seem like the option that we have. Do I want to do it? No. Do I think we gotta? Currently, unless you have a better solution or know somebody who might, in which case, feel free to point them out to me, buddy.
I'm sorry, I don't know. It's the thing by the river that you're thinking of hunting. I was told to stay away. I don't think anyone's ever really survived. It's really big.
Oh, force cage not an option then. Look, and as I've said before, and I'll say again because you're a good helper, mate. But if shit gets real and you think you're in danger, you fully have my willing consent to bugger off and and find safety for your own self. That's important to me that you are safe.
Not without you.
But if it comes down to a choice between me dying and you surviving, or the two of us dying, I would much prefer you to survive.
I can do the dimension door once more, and I'll take you with me. We'll get away.
I love that idea, mate. And look, if it gets to that point, I might take you up on it. But here's hoping it doesn't, hey? You just stay safe and let us do what we do, which is, and hey, you know, on the record, we are 3 for 3 for nasty creatures that we've met here and really fucked up. I mean, the ghost is still an ongoing concern, but, you know, we're doing all right. I've had better days, but we're doing all right.
All right. Do you have any way to see through something else's eyes? There might be something I should show you.
Not really. Unless you're aware of something I'm not, Nova.
Just thought I'd ask.
What is it you want to show me?
Something's breaking and I don't know how to fix it. And you guys seem to be like getting rid of all these scary things and seem really capable. I was hoping you could help.
What's breaking?
Have you ever heard of the astral sea or the astral plane?
Yes. Oh, it's not breaking, is it?
It's not there anymore.
Huh.
All the things that used to be there are either eaten or coming here, and it's causing problems.
And is that what you would like to show me?
I can sort of, above the shadow, you can see the cracks.
I look up.
So in the air it just looks like endless darkness. You need to be higher than it, you would assume. Like in stories, yeah, you would have heard of the astral sea, but like no one's ever been there in your lifetime.
Right. Yeah, no, I don't know any. Do I know what spell he's using? Is this message?
It's actually an ability he has. That the person that made book as a stream reward only and reminded me that he's a great old one warlock, which means he can communicate telepathically, which would have been helpful.
Yeah. Cool. I think it made for some really fine roleplay though.
Don't need to remember that he can do this. It's okay.
I don't have anything that allows me to see into somebody else's mind, I don't think. But look, that's truly an upsetting revelation. I reckon our path actually need not change. I'm looking to talk to the Lady of Secrets, the Lady of Ravens. If anybody knows how to fix that or continue on the mission to resolve that situation, I think she'd be a good place to start, right?
Yeah. Mum knows why it broke, why it's gone.
Mm-hmm. well, she'll be able to give us a pointer on how to resolve that then. But yeah, no, we one thing at a time, one step at a time. You know, let's. Oh, actually, here's a thought. She's going to be right pissed that we let Baphomet in, right, to the library.
She doesn't like him, but maybe I don't know.
Yeah. Well, you know, needs must as the Demon Prince drives. All right, cool. This is a useful ability to have discovered that you possess, Book. So Book can speak. Hey, great.
Tig's gonna sort of turn to like. I'm assuming they're probably like behind us as we
this
move.
is like just as you're
Book is
walking,
leading
all
the
of a
way.
sudden, Book's sitting there and just sort of starts looking over his shoulder at Valistay, and Valistay's just talking back.
Okay, yeah. I'm assuming they're at the front of the party. Tig's probably gonna like move over towards Felix and just. He is crazy.
Tig, look. As far as I'm concerned, I've seen much weirder shit happen with Val. This is just another one of those things we're going to add to the weird stuff box that we seem to be developing.
We have a box?
I messaged.
Oh, it's in backpack. Backpack.
Yes. Think of it as a backpack. That all the weird things that are happening to us, we're all just going to put them in a backpack. And then once we leave, we're never going to open that backpack again. Because, quite frankly, I don't want to unpack that backpack
Ever.
For a while, you know?
Backpack.
I messaged Felix. So, Book's telepathic.
All right, can I respond with message telepathically?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay.
Like 20 words or 25 words or something like that.
Yeah. Huh, interesting.
Yeah, I'm not mad. Well, this is not a symptom of my insanity.
Trust me, Val, you speak to a scythe.
Who
I'm
can
not holding
speak
it
back?
against you.
Oh, mate, consider yourself lucky you can't hear the fucker. I say in my head.
So Book sort of looks to you and he's like, this is really hard to keep going.
Well, you can stop, mate. Thank you for that. That was really interesting. It's nice to hear your real voice.
And you just sort of like, as he releases, you sort of see him like stumble a bit, and he starts like breathing really heavily, like that. The forming the connection, speaking is fine. But now it's like, all of a sudden, you're reminded that he's just like a kid, and he's just all tuckered out.
I don't acknowledge it. I just put one hand under an arm just to sort of steady him and help him stay upright. No real weight in it, just a sort of a steadying hand rather than a, all right, come on, keep you going. Yeah, what he needs, not any more than that.
Tig's gonna try and get to Felix's backpack while they were talking and put the bones in the backpack.
Stop it. Get out of my backpack.
So you're just gonna keep this slow shuffle through the shadow plane. If there's anything you guys want to speak about, you can talk now. Otherwise, we'll just get to your evening.
I'd actually like to try and help Book if I saw him stumble. I just Book tired? Tig can carry.
Yeah. Book, do you fancy a perch? Tig is
Up here?
could easily be described as a tree.
Yeah.
He sort of, do you hold your arm out or anything?
Yeah, I'm gonna hold out the wooden arm.
He sort of like does what birds do and it's like clamps onto the arm. As you lift him up, he just sort of hops and like just nestles in your crown of things. Just sits there and just seems to sit happily, just pecks you a couple of times in the antler bits, and then just sort of sits there and just, smiles across at Valistay. It's more of an eye thing because, with a beak, it's hard to smile. But just this big happy eyes. You're just like, head bopping back and forth, like in
Is
time.
it driving Tig like a car?
No, more like, you know how birds like sit down and they go from like a bird shape to like a pancake.
They're like pancake.
Slowly, yeah.
Tig's probably just like, Tig being chosen. Eee! Which way?
With that, he just points. You see like this little black feathers stick out in the direction.
It's like, okay. And start going that direction.
Okay. So, off you guys wander.
I bring up what Book mentioned about it being very big. The shadow creature.
What is it?
Book was non-specific and unable to. If anybody has an ability that allows you to see into someone else's mind, he can show you. I do not possess such an ability.
No, but I can speak to him.
With your mouth?
Tig can talk to animal in their language.
It's more sort of being able to see it, Tig.
Book turns around and looks at you, Val, like super offended that she just called him an animal.
It's like I messaged to him. It's like, what would she know about being an animal, mate?
Rough. Pulls back his little ball. All right.
Like Tig talk to like manticore, or maybe not manticore, but Tig talk to bear and lion.
Are you actually doing that? I talked to manticore, talked to bear.
No, not that
Book's
much.
on your head, like grabbing the freaking wood, going side to
Not
side.
that much, no. She is cautious that he's there.
Tig, it might be worth noting, Book isn't he would be broadly described as a bird, but he's not just a bird, you know? He's not actually an animal. So your idea is a good one, but it wouldn't work on Book because he's actually a person. He looks a bit like a bird, but he's not actually just a bird.
So Tig talk to person?
Well, Tig can
Like
talk to
you?
a person. Yeah. But the issue really is that Book would need to be able to. You'd need to be able to see in his mind. He's not very good at explaining exactly what it is, mainly because he's never seen it. As far as I understand. Yeah.
Okay, so just big.
Yeah.
I mean, how did he exactly explain it to you?
He has only been told that he mustn't go near it, which is fair. And in all other respects, he just said it's extremely large, very dangerous, and kind of shadowy. I believe that's all the pertinent information he was able to provide.
So it's just another big scary thing.
I mean, look.
I mean, we've encountered so many of those already.
Yeah. Dom, you look like you may have a point.
Yeah, Dom sticks out his hand, and one of these like figures of light forms, and then like a figure of shadow, just like this undulating mass of shadow, and it kind of goes like from like medium to large to huge to colossal size, and then like, and he's like, which
Book, tell Dom when to stop.
Yeah.
How big do you
and
make
I go
it?
to colossal, and then I go to a larger form of colossal, and I'm like,
Gargantuan? Bigger still?
Yeah.
Oh.
and I just keep expanding until it's.
Are we talking the size of a
size
town?
of a town.
You sort of shrugs.
Size of a mountain.
Clarity, Book, you've never seen this thing, right? No. Okay, good.
Would you say it's more of an entity rather than like a creature? Like a... How do I explain this?
What does it do?
That's a good point. Eat things.
Do stories tell Book what it does to people?
Yeah, eats them.
How?
I'm going to assume a mouth.
Yeah.
Okay, so has face to punch.
Oh, look. Book, this is the village we're heading to. Are we heading to a village? Near a village?
Yeah.
So the people there, would they have any more information about it?
Yeah. No. Yeah.
All right. Well, that sounds like a good first place to go. We can proceed.
Okay. So you guys wander until you're tired. It's kind of hard to tell how long you've walked in this just sunless expanse. If one of you can choose which one, wants to make an int check to guess at the amount of hours just slowly trudging.
I'm pretty inty.
What's your int?
16.
Mine's 18.
Oh, well, smarty boy.
Look how big my brain is.
Oh, well.
One of us actually lives here.
I would give Val a advantage actually because they live here.
So the question is, do we want an 11 intelligence person to make an advantage roll, or do we want somebody with a natural +4?
Oh, I think mathematically, for metagaming, the advantage gives you a
well, if we're talking,
percentage.
this is it. We're
You
metagaming.
know what?
all the way.
Actually, no. If Felix is making the guess, you can assist based on your knowledge of the place.
There you go. All right.
That
There we
sounds
go.
fair.
Hey Val, would you like to help me with knowledge of the place?
Sure. What are you wanting to know?
Where are we heading? Is that
How long we've been walking?
How long?
how long we've been walking? Sorry.
Oh yeah, no. Given the
Yeah, no.
position between the sun and the moon, the
which
sun
there
not
is none.
existing and the moon not being there, probably about 15 hours.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's been about 13, 14-ish hours of just slowly walking. You know, you've all a bit. The place gets you a bit down, so you start talking a little bit, and then it's just like halfway through a sentence, just like fade away, like that. Stare into the middle distance with books slowly correcting your path every now and again, except for the small amounts of conversation you've had just now in character, which would be spread out over the course of hours. Nothing really is said apart from that.
I feel like after walking for that long, Tig might sort of go into a trance and, be semi-conscious, but just in the walking motion, just...
Trudge.
Yep.
So...
I would possibly, there might be one other thing, if you don't mind, Nova.
Mhm.
I might try to broach the subject of Nissa and Dom and Tig.
Go for it.
And I say, I go, now that Tig, I don't know if you remember yesterday, I said I would fix Dom. Dom wasn't completely right in his head. Well, I have done that now, as you notice, because he's not trying to kill Felix.
But he's still broken.
He is a little bit, but he'll get better. That's more of a having his throat squeezed by a ghost situation, which is why he's not very well. But he'll get better. Give him a few days, and it'll probably recover. But yeah, he's. I'll have another look this evening. Why don't I? So, if you two wanted to talk about, I said to you that you were the thing that we fought yesterday, the bird thing that we fought yesterday, was probably doing something. He was doing things to all of our minds, and I think he was putting in your head the idea that Dom had killed Nissa. But Dom didn't kill Nissa. Dom's very certain about that.
And yeah, I'm pointing firmly at what he's saying.
So yeah, I presume Dom agrees with me on that one. And I don't want there to be any sort of negative feeling between you and Dom, because you two are old friends, and it would be sad for that to be a thing. So, what's your take on this, Tig? Are you still concerned that Dom has hurt Nissa?
No.
Okay, good.
Just
We'll
Dom hurt Vanny. To understand why.
Good.
But
It's sad, but sometimes we have to help people. We do actually. I mean, like yesterday, to help people, we had to hurt them, didn't we? Dom wasn't right in his head, and we had to hurt him a bit to tie him down. And we didn't want to. We didn't like doing it, did we? But we did have to do it. Yeah.
Like,
Still watching you, mate. Just
but we hurt Dom, and Tig was angry, but now Tig is sorry, and Tig just don't know why her tribe always has to leave her behind.
I don't have any answers for you, Tig. And I can't promise that we'll never leave you, but I'll make you this promise. I'll try to never leave you. It's all I can try to do. Does that help? All right.
Can Felix try and stay too?
I'll, you know
I
what?
promise I won't eat you.
I'll try my best. I'll stay as long as I can.
you can tell
over
that,
to Dom.
that Dom has like walked just slightly ahead so that you can't like see his face.
Yeah, I think Tig will probably jog up to him a little bit gently because she's got a book on her head, and sort of turn and stand in front of him. Just, you don't want to stay.
Yeah, and he just kind of he lets out this like sigh and just kind of goes to say something, and it's not even that he doesn't have his voice, it's that he almost can't find the words to explain it. And you like you see he can't even like look Tig in the eye right now.
Tig will probably like try really hard to get to his eye level at this, just like, does Dom want to go be tree in the earth?
And yeah, a bit of a like.
And Tig is okay with that.
And I think he kind of puts an arm on Tig and gives her kind of like a sideways hug, walking along.
And Tig will walk side by side with Dom, moving forward.
All right. So you get to a point, you stop and get ready to make camp. You begin casting Tiny Hut, I imagine.
Sure.
You sort of get there and you start casting, and the others are just looking around. You can roll perception checks.
The ghost.
Or perception. Please no ghosts. 14?
21.
Right. So, what about you? The natural 20.
Oh, I see.
Rose hawks from his.
Yeah, I've been looking for that ghost the whole goddamn time we've been walking.
Val's too busy casting Tiny Hut.
Oh, okay.
Felix and Dom, you see trees in the distance. They all only have 2 branches, and they're kind of varying sizes, but most are quite small. And there's these small shapes that seem to, like very small dark shapes seem to flitter between them, and there's just these like they leave behind very thin trails of red as they move around. At one point, one of them seems to stop, and it just seems to turn on its axis, and these 6 red small slanted slit shapes just like look at you.
I don't think this is good at all.
Just zaps again.
Yeah, I would turn around to Val and Tig and
As
just
you
like
turn around-
recreate this scene. Oh,
As you turn around, with your nat 20, you see standing maybe a mile behind just this small, translucent figure that you recognize.
I start snapping at Val, like hurry up as he's casting like the ritual.
It's not. I don't know how long it takes to cast.
It spells.
11 minutes, I believe.
Felix, you're also
Only
concerned
hard.
with the forest of.
1 minute.
Area
It costs
20.
1 minute.
Oh, 1 minute.
It takes 1 minute.
So do you snap him? Do you look towards Valis at all, or do you just keep your eyes straight on this thing?
I say to him, "You've got this, Dom," and give him bardic inspiration.
And yeah, you can see Dom like kind of holds his chest and lets out a worried noise. But he thinks he does have this because he has 4 wisdom score at the moment. So yeah, he unshoulders the bow and in like melee stance, and I'm gonna start walking kind of towards it a little bit, but within still the hut circle, and I'm going to ready an action to hit it the moment it comes within range.
As he's walking towards it, I've pulled out my rapier and sort of getting ready for whatever's gonna fucking getting ready for combat.
So that wail that he sort of gives off, that just painful death scream that he releases, starts and then teleports forward 100 feet, and it just sort of cuts out, and then all of a sudden it's closer as it comes straight at you. And as it sort of gets to you, it just sort of screeches in your face. You can try to take a shot at any point along this teleporting at disadvantage because he's like flicking in and out of reality as he moves.
I'm going to hit it with the scythe blade.
So you're waiting for it to get there into melee combat?
Into melee range.
So as he gets there, he is going to unleash a scream. Can I get everyone who is there to make a wisdom save?
I'm going to use a hero point.
Oh,
Just to auto pass.
Yeah, I have fucking negative.
Well,
negative
that's
4
appropriate.
wisdom right now.
7.
-3.
unwavered.
Unwavered.
Screw you.
Okay, let me.
I'm a
check.
maybe on that wavering thing.
It is a DC 14 save. Anyone that fails,
Cast the hut. Cast the hut. Cast the hut.
who hasn't done it yet? Oh, use your hero point. Okay, so it takes 1d8 plus 3 damage. Let me just roll this d8 for you. So you take 5 points of damage, Tig, and you must attack the nearest person.
Who's
Since you
closest
were
to me?
book on
me.
your head, probably.
I'm sorry, but not gonna lie, I'd probably go for the thing that I could see.
Probably me then.
So,
Okay, that's probably Valiste just sitting there on the ground.
yeah, because
I
I
know,
actually
Felix's
forgot
other
that Book
leg.
was on my.
Real good right now.
Make a single attack against Valiste for me.
Oh.
Just
I'm
25
sorry.
hits you, I imagine.
Yeah, no, even with shield, there's no stopping that one.
Alright, so you
I'm
take 20
sorry.
points of bludgeoning damage.
Ah.
Make a concentration check to maintain the casting of this spell.
What do I need?
I'm so sorry.
This DC 20 con save, right? 10 half
No,
damage, yeah?
10 half. Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, you're fine. So you sit there, you sort of take the hit, and you're a bit stunned, but you're shocked, I should say, because stunned is different mechanically.
Yeah.
And it's just this wail comes out, and as he hits you, just remember when he would just like the wind would blow and just like turn to dust, just over the lot of you, and you sort of get coated in a thin layer of frost. Doesn't hurt, is uncomfortable, but he's just gone again. He's
Can you please take care of your fucking friend? I'm sick of having to deal with this shite.
In fairness.
I'm sorry, Battleship. No.
It's all right. It's all right, Tig. I know. I've finished. The hut's probably ready.
Yeah, it snaps into existence, and you can
And
now
I,
walk outside.
I get inside it.
No.
Oh, you got a good arm on you, Tig. 2 of them, really.
Yeah.
Oh, I haven't seen stars like that since I met that author. I don't know where I was going with that, to be honest.
Okay. So as you guys all get into the hut and you take the night's rest in safety, we'll go to the break.
Any thoughts on what those slitty-eyed chevron red things are?
I don't know.
Oh yeah, by the way, there's these things over here.
The thing that we all noticed, but wasn't actually the ghost, that is probably a pressing concern. Let's take a break.
Hey guys, and welcome back to Roll for Damage, where we are playing the game Heart of the Plains, a 5e D&D game.
Oh.
And pretty much they've been haunted by spooky ghosts while in the Shadow Plane, and now it's time for a rest and a chat, I believe, again. And then see how the next day brings them.
Hope you
So
guys
you
are
all got
really
to the hut.
enjoying this. Sorry.
So that's right. You all go into the hut just before we took the break, and you had just seen Dio as he came rushing across, and then turned to dust or smoke or something in front of you. And then there was a forest in the distance with creepy little creatures moving around.
Do I know what they are?
You can make a history check.
Good.
It's a
Can
very
I
high
assist
DC.
him by
No.
because well, I was gonna create a version of them in prestidigitation because I nailed the fucking. I got
Okay,
like a
so
20 on
well,
that check.
I don't think he even saw them because he was too busy focusing on the casting of the spell. So you would have shown him that, and based on that, is he's making the
Okay.
history
Well, are
check.
they? So they're not still there?
I mean, you can go out and have a look, but it's not going to help you any. You just
The hut
make the
is
check.
the hut is see-through,
Yes.
so I can see it from where we are because we're where we were when we saw them last. So
Yeah.
are they still there?
You go out, you can see these things moving around.
Okay. So perception or history?
History. You're trying to determine their origin.
What they are? Okay.
Yeah, what they are.
Yeah, I'm 17.
Like I said, it's got to be a very high check. They're similar to some undead creatures you've heard of, being from the Shadow Plane, so close to also the realm of the dead, the realm of the dead. That possibly something similar, but red, a bunch of red eyes. Not something you've heard of.
Okay. Good. Do I sense any malice of intent?
You're in the Shadow Plane.
So yeah.
Assume
probably-
anything's a threat at this point.
Yeah. Okay. I would probably. How far are they?
Oh, they're like the edge of your sight in this forest, which just seems to go off into the distance to the horizon.
Right. I go, book, any ideas what they are?
No.
Something best avoided, you suspect?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. All right, Dom. I might have a look at your neck, mate, if you don't mind. And I get out 100 gold's worth of diamond dust, and I cast another greater restoration on him. To help to. I was like, it's been lovely, this game of charades that we've been playing all day. But you know what? Let's give this a go. And I cast greater restoration on his neck.
So yeah, it does take. You're a bit croaky, but you can talk.
Oh, well, that's at least a little bit better. Oh, Christ.
Who?
Oh. Well, he's an old god.
Ah.
There's all sorts of weird stuff in the old world.
No,
I
I think
remember he's like 500 years old.
Yeah.
You should know the gods he's referencing.
Yeah, well, so my first trip to the material plane was only a couple of 100 years ago. I'm not into any of these old, archaic, anarchic deities that demand.
Oh yeah, you've missed like 200-300 years before that, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yep.
He was some sort of cultist, and I don't know, a bunch of the other members of the old gods killed him off.
Was he the one that got nailed to a tree for suggesting everybody be nice to each other?
Well, anyway,
dude,
let's.
I can't remember really.
All right. So, what's the plan for today?
Well, I think sleep, mate. Oh, you mean tomorrow?
Yes, tomorrow.
Well, those spider-looking fellas don't seem too friendly.
Yeah, we've also encountered one other sort of creature that doesn't appear to bear us any particular nice intent. Moves really quickly. It likes to run people through with its hand in the chest area. Any thoughts on resolving that, Dom, old buddy, old pal?
I mean, if I can get within range again, this was his scythe. This part of the scythe. I'm hoping it still bears some connection to him, and that if I can hit him with it, that it might have an effect. Truth be told, I'm not really sure, but whatever it did to me last time really did a number.
Is there anything I could do to assist you the next time we see him? I mean, I could try dispelling evil and good.
You could give it a shot. I mean, he's not an evil person.
No,
he wasn't.
Just seems really spiteful.
I can dismiss him. I could, but I've got to hit him, and it would only send him back to his home plane, which was probably here. In fairness,
Has Tig had enough of the interaction with this ghost to sort of understand that it was a person, or has she just been so afraid of it she's not taken that in?
I mean, ghosts were people, but you have more or less just run away from it every time.
Okay, cool.
disadvantage. All right. I've got an idea. I can certainly mechanically I can give it disadvantage on attack. Oh no, that's only in the material bloody plane. Oh no. For the duration, Celestials, Elementals, Fae, Fiends, and Undead have disadvantage on attack rolls against you. That would be useful.
Why does he hate you, Dominic?
I don't think he hates me. I think he just wants to be set free. He's not meant to be here on this plane.
So he is tired?
Well, yeah. And like the old stick there with Magic Man, this scythe is similar-ish properties.
No Magic Man?
No Magic Man. I actually have a question for the scythe over that one. But that can wait for later.
Okay. If there's nothing else, you guys will slowly all drift off to sleep. Thinking about... Yes?
I'd like to take out the scythe, the stick, void, and ask it when I'll offer to take the first watch and wait until everybody else has gone to sleep before I have the conversation with my demon blade.
Kill them all.
It's like, it's not a bad thought. I have considered it. Trust me. So that whole regurgitating dude, is that likely to happen again, Void?
It doesn't respond, but you get a uncomfortable, almost embarrassed feeling from the blade.
Did you actually eat him, or are you just sort of a doorway? All right. You don't want to share, that's fine.
Closer to the second.
And now in words that Josh can actually understand.
Closer to the second. Sorry if that was inaudible.
Ursator the second, you say?
Closer to the second.
Closer to the second. Right, okay. What was it I said?
More of a portal.
More of a portal. Okay, sure.
Yeah.
Right. All right. Thank you very much for your for the information. And I put him away again. And I said, "Well, no, don't say anything else to the bastard." I don't want to make promises I can't keep regarding feeding it undead souls.
Yeah. Do tell me if any sort of voice I do is inaudible, so that I can fix
It was really cool. I just could not understand. I think it's the music overplaying. I was just like, say what now?
Okay.
Yeah.
Screech into the mic next time.
Yeah.
All right.
I think just quickly, before we went to sleep, Tig probably would have gone up to Valistay and just whisper as best as she can whisper. You said you would fix him, but he's still not quite there. Can you try again tomorrow?
I'll keep trying, Tig.
Thank you.
I think this is the sort of thing that only time can heal.
Okay.
But I'll try.
Thank you.
Well, actually, that being said, I think something else, because I think I may have just intuited exactly what Tig is worried about. I said, some things, Tig, I'm not sure. I think the Lady of Ravens might be able to help Dom. She might be the only person who can fix him. And I think fundamentally what's wrong with Dom is beyond my power to heal, but I'll try.
Okay. Tig's really confused at this, and she's gonna sort of just go to sleep and.
Yeah, well, no, all right, I won't leave it there.
Well,
no, she's just gonna go to sleep.
Okay.
As you go to lay down, book tumbles off your head.
Oh no!
Because you did forget. So he sort of sits there and he like hits the floor. You're shocked awake. And he sees like you guys like Val looking a little bit concerned. You're looking a bit confused. And just cocks his head.
Tig is sorry.
Pats you on the hand. Is like Tig is sorry. It's like, okay. And then with like a happy eyes, tribe.
And any of the leftover bone fragments, I'm gonna get the tiniest one and be like, you is best, tribe.
And then
okay.
And he hops over to Val, and then like points to Val, and like pats himself on the chest. Tribe.
I messaged Tig. He wants us to sleep like we slept last night, and I'm open to the idea.
Okay. Right. Tig's gonna go over there and be like, "What is book?"
Val is a pillow now.
Yeah.
And he sort of like very happily sort of like lays there, like sits there and like curls up between you two, and he like just like chirps very sweetly, and then.
Take that out like a lie now.
Happy tribe. All right. If there's nothing else you guys want to do, you will all drift off to sleep.
As Tig is falling asleep in my lap, I would like to break enchantment on her. If there is any, because the trick is I don't know if there's any residual enchantment on her from the crow thing. And I'm going to dispel evil and good. And it has a feature that is break enchantment. As your action, you touch a creature that you can reach that is charmed, frightened, or possessed by a celestial, elemental, fey, fiend, or undead. The creature you touch is no longer charmed, frightened, possessed by such creatures.
Tig, you were asleep, dreaming happily. All of a sudden, you dream of fire. And you sort of looking down as this village just goes up in flames. And there's this small girl being dragged away into the forest. And it's two small, like branch creatures being beckoned into the forest by an tree ant that you recognize. And this girl is screaming at the top of her lungs, asking to go back for her family. Your perspective rushes down into that girl's body, and you're just trying to get out of these people's arms as hard as you can. You're clawing at the ground. And as you get to the edge of the forest, the tree ant looks down at you and just taps you gently on the forehead, and you just go unconscious. You have that dream again and again and again all night. Yes?
I'm doing the first watch. She's asleep in my lap. Is any of this visible? I feel like it might be. And I would be watching for it because I'm like, I've cast a spell on her while she's asleep with the express intention of not making her more fucked up.
I think she'd be crying in her sleep, to be honest.
Yeah, just crying in her sleep.
And like falling up.
Casual cry.
So I would wake her up. I would gently but firmly sort of Tig, wake up, sweetheart.
Do I need a roll for this?
No, if you want to, you can either wake up or you can actually make a perception check.
Yeah, I'd like to make a perception on this one.
It's the if the being like sort of gently woken up is enough to break the dream you're in.
I think a 20 might do it.
Yeah, I feel like a 20 might wake you up.
Yeah.
Tig, are you all right? What happened? Bad dream?
No. Tig, not okay.
Little
What's
book
wrong?
sort of like hops up and starts stroking you a bit.
Can you tell me what's wrong?
Tig, go. Tig, no, actually go for a walk. Tig taken away somewhere. And someone burning a tribe and a house, and Tig saw a little girl, and everything in flames, everything get burnt. I don't know who the little girl was, but she was so scared, and she was taken away by trees, and Tig need to help, but it wouldn't stop.
Can I roll an insight?
Sure. As you're doing that, Book sort of looks to you, and telepathically says, I don't understand. I can try help. Do you want me to try help, Val?
Let's ask Tig. Tig, Book might be able to help, and if he can't, I might be able to help. But I'm curious to see what Book thinks he might be able to do.
Please make it stop.
Okay, Book, what are you wanting to do?
Oh, I don't understand what she's saying. I can try to read her surface thoughts. I have a little spell.
Book wants to see what you saw, Tig, and then I can make you fall into a dreamless sleep if you like, so you don't have to see it anymore. That would work, Book. Is that okay, Tig, if Book has a look at what you saw? Okay. Go for it, Book.
Book
Is there any way that you can allow me to see it too?
Just Book.
Okay, that's all right.
Book hops up and like just like kind of like it's a little painful. Just like boop you on the nose with his little beak, and he pats you on the head, and he puts a hand against your temple and he casts Detect Thoughts. You see him shake his head. He clatters his beak a few times, and then he just starts crying. He sits there and he sort of backs away, shaking his head, like just really hard, back and forward. And he looks at you, cocks his head, and then just jumps back onto your lap and just gives you the biggest, tightest hug, and then turns back to you, Val. No, just put her to sleep. Just make it go to sleep.
I cast Hypnotic Pattern on Tig, and I sort of wave my hand in front of her eyes, and I say, Tig, just follow my fingertips. All right. Now, Tig, in a moment, when I click my fingers, you're just going to fall asleep into a deep, dreamless sleep, and you'll wake up feeling rested and calm. All right?
Okay.
And I catch her as she collapses and ease her down into my lap. I can perform the same service for you if you'd like, Book. What did she say, mate?
She's lost everyone.
That is my impression, yes.
I don't think she's meant to be this way.
That is also my impression, yes.
Yeah.
I have mildly concerned that I just fucked her up more, when my intent was the exact opposite. Have I allowed her to remember something that somebody else stopped her remembering?
I think so. I think you need to help her, please.
Oh, mate, I'm on it. Yeah. Right after I bring this demon blade to a goddess, she's my next problem.
Maybe Mum can help. She always can help.
I hope so. I hope so, mate. Now, Book, look at my fingers. And he goes to sleep too.
Okay. So yes, that happens. And I guess you sit there feeling a little bit bad.
I
Oh my god.
I do, but I don't. Firstly, I'm glad that she wasn't under a glamour from the crow dude. And Val probably thinks that forgetting is not a solution. Knowledge is always preferable to ignorance in Valistay's world. And she can't remember something. She's been forced to forget something, losing everybody, because that's all the information he possesses. and that may well have been done for her own good when she was a child or whatever, but obviously I don't know that either. But yeah, he's like, I could have done that better. But he doesn't think what he did was inherently wrong. He's just regrets the when.
Okay, all right. So do you have anything else you want to do, or are you just going to watch your two
Mate,
charges and go to sleep?
I will trance for 4 hours at some point in this night.
Okay. So, after 8 or 9 hours, you all wake up rested. Can I get an intelligence check from Tig to see if she remembers what happened the night before?
Oh, okay. Intelligence check.
Mm-hmm.
No, I don't.
Yes!
Yay, my low end.
So, you wake up and you feel a little sad, but you're not quite sure why.
Hmm.
In this place.
The tiny hut goes down, and you all break camp, and you see that forest ahead of you, and Book sort of points towards his beak.
Yep. Fuck it. Let's do it.
Whip.
Alrighty. So
In
as you
the
start
beak.
walking, who's taking point?
I will take point.
Okay.
Dom is ready to get the fuck out of this shadow plane.
You take point with the rest following on.
Felix
I'm going with like
hood up.
bow drawn.
Mm.
Like 3 arrows
Yeah.
fucking just knocked on
yeah.
the bow the whole time.
It's like we know dudes are there, so we're just like swing.
There isn't a way around this forest, is there? This is the horizon is forest.
Yeah, the horizon is forest.
You're right.
So as you're walking, after a while, the ground beneath your feet starts to like squelch, and so looks around. He sort of looks at you like, "This is the last time I can do this. Is really hard for today, at least."
Mate, that's
What?
fine.
But don't let the current take you. This is the marsh at the edge of the river.
Right.
Don't go into the river.
Don't get deep. Got it. Book says, and it's a very valid point, this is the marsh at the edge of the river, presumably Styx. Don't let the current take you. So Tig, don't go into the water too deep. No further than shin height, all right?
Okay.
Because we don't want you swept away. This is Styx. This is the outskirts of the Styx River that Kernanos told you about.
Yeah. Styx.
Yeah. But you don't want to go in the Styx. We want to go over it.
Okay.
Okay.
We looking to get through here quietly, or?
Oh, mate. Yeah?
Okay.
So, is there bridge, or we know swimming? We know swimming.
We're not swimming. Definitely not swimming in the river of death.
Look, as far as I can
Oh.
tell, that's probably not the smart idea. You know, like
Yeah.
It's bad water.
It's not it's not just river.
As you guys are walking and getting closer, you see that the small copse of trees nearby, as I said, they've all got 2 branches reaching out.
They're not
too
gibbets, are they?
big. And attached to one with like it's like a shadowy ball just latched onto the side, and it seems to just be inflating slowly. Is this creature, and the trees aren't trees.
Mhm.
They're calcified people.
Mhm.
And you realize that every tree here is just another person trapped here forever. The big ones are giants, titans even. This is the marsh. And as you start getting a little bit deeper, as it gets to just over your feet, you all feel the current. It doesn't tug on your body, but your souls.
Oh.
Can I get wisdom saves from everyone, please?
No, stop giving me wisdom save.
Ah,
I don't
Oh,
want to
Tig.
do them.
Oh, Tig.
I must burn my hero point.
my resolve is strong.
Oh man.
Okay.
Do I want to
So-
use my net money on this?
So, this is what happens to those that got too low. Tig, are you
Which is
using your hero point
everyone, or
Yeah. Is that just to re-roll or do I succeed?
to re-roll? You have to. If you did it beforehand, you'd also succeed. Or to succeed. Still a fail, unfortunately. All right. So, Tig and Dom were talking to you, and they just stop, and their eyes just go glassy, and they just both turn and just start walking, not very fast, just straight into the marsh.
I grab them both. Yeah. No.
Okay. Do opposed strength checks with both of them.
Yeah, because I'm very strong.
That's funny. Do something, man. Come on.
Is your athletics the same as your strength there, Dom?
Probably.
Oh no.
Dude, you gotta roll
just
real
assumed
high.
it was-
Please don't fuck it up.
Well, Val rolled a total of a 4.
Yeah.
So you grab on and you just start getting pulled.
I've
Make
Felix.
God damn it.
an acrobatics to stay on your feet.
Okay. Good.
Oh,
what? I have not been rolling well today. Hey guys.
All right. So you let go of them as you tumble to the ground.
Felix.
You rolled so high that I'm not going to make you do a reroll on this tug, but you sort of get up and you just watch them walking.
I'm gonna try and intercept them and stop them as well with my.
As you run out, one of these little creatures detaches. It's just this ball of shadow, and it just sort of, as it rotates around, these like 6 eyes open, and it looks straight at you. And it opens wide, splits down the middle, it opens, and this shadowy child starts like crawling out of it, all disjointed, and pulls its way out and looks up at you.
Cool.
You all hear the
Stupid
sound
Ruby.
of weeping. Make wisdom saving throws.
It's Felix. He's crying at what
Yeah.
he's looking at.
Yeah.
I would like
Fuck's sake.
to use my reroll that I have.
Yep.
I would. Jesus.
Nailed
So,
it.
Felix
Nailed
did
it.
good.
I'm
Val failed. Tig failed. Dom
I'm
failed.
gonna use
Although
my nat
Val and
20.
well, Val and Tig aren't really affected by this because you are walking.
Oh,
The
okay
rest
then.
of you have disadvantage on all wisdom checks. Anything to find your way, know where you are.
Right.
You just immediately like get overcome with this fear that you've been left alone. You look around and Book is gone. There's just cawing and chirping in the distance. You don't know where he is. The
Is that
creature.
with my roll of 26 or?
That is. I'm talking to Valistate.
Tig.
You're fine.
Okay, sorry.
Oh, me.
Yeah, you failed with your 12.
Right.
So-
So
I also
I
failed.
look around and Book is gone.
Yes.
Do I want to use my reroll? No,
Alright.
fuck it. You've already told me what it is. I do have advantage on being charmed.
It's not a charm effect.
Okay.
Can I get the guys that aren't being dragged into the river Styx to roll initiative, please?
Sure.
And
Right.
I will move you to another
Gonna
map.
Fuck
slow
you.
me
That's wow.
down.
That's yeah.
Oh.
I'll take it.
We'll use.
I'll
use
take all
dead
the good
forest
rolls
again. Let me
tonight.
just double check. There's no monsters left in this map for one
Yeah.
second.
The last 6 rolls, none of them over an 8.
Our monsters left in map, so I'll get rid of him. You are that way. You're there.
Yeah. That's 1 + 3.
Okay. So, right. Let's drag the players to here.
That's a 7. Yeah, that's a 2. Yeah.
Oh. Right. So, right about here.
Oh,
Felix,
that's-
hopefully you can see that.
Yeah, I can see that.
It just... let me drag you down a bit. You're a bit too high up. But... Otherwise, you'll be off the map, like, instantly. There you go. So, it's going to roll initiative, and then we'll get this little combat started. I'm pretty sure you rolled that 20, though.
Yeah, I did.
Initiative.
I rolled a 2.
Hold on,
All
let
right.
me just flick to my
16.
skills.
You're not in this combat right now.
Oh.
So, make an attack if you so choose. You are right up
Yes,
against it.
I will make an attack, but hold on, I think I have because I'm acting before it. I just need to check out what ability I'm looking for. Sorry. I wasn't
It's just one of
expecting.
your assassin creature things, right? Yeah, pretty sure.
Yes.
It needs to not be aware of you if you still think of the instant crit.
No, it is. I have advantage on attack roll. It's assassinate. I have advantage on attack rolls against any creature that hasn't taken its turn in combat yet.
Yes. Make
In
an
addition,
attack.
any hit I score against a creature that is surprised as a critical hit. It's not
Well,
surprised.
it's not surprised because it was
No,
like,
that's-
sup, buddy?
So
So
I'm
make
going
your
to make an attack and also use green flame blade on it.
Go for it.
So that's a 21 because I have advantage.
Yep, that definitely hits.
Yep.
And you, as you reach into it, the shadowy ball sort of completely inverts and seems to like suck the kid screaming back in. And it doesn't seem to be screaming in pain, more that it's scared of going back into the dark as it just fades into nothing. However, as it does that, you just watch as the entire forest ahead of you lights up. Eyes, 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 eyes. Maybe 20, 30 sets of them, all detaching from calcified people. They're ignoring, for now, Tig and Dom. So let's just get this party started with a metric fuck ton of enemies. That's not an enemy. That is, in fact, an old Dominic. There we go.
I just sort of yelled at Val. Looks like we've got some work to do.
Yeah, mate.
Oh, stop. Not. Oh.
Just the utter despair in Reese's voice makes me happy as a terrible DM.
Yeah.
Hold on, things are getting real.
Cool. Right. So, I will have them act as the front line and back line as two separate initiative rolls, so that I'm not doing 1 million at a time. So we will go with initiative. My turn order is here. It's got a total of 5, and the back one will be 8. This hopefully works. I think it was still really bad. So that is a 5 and a 3. So Val, you are lost, but you can, for the most, you feel lost, but you can still be part of this combat if you want to roll initiative.
I have, and it was shit.
That's right. Can you just do me a favor and re-roll so I can add it to the turn order? Go to your token and then roll.
I know. The token wasn't up when I rolled it, which is why it isn't linked to it.
Yep. So
there
just
you go.
do it the other way.
8.
And you rolled a 9 before, and I get Felix to do the same thing, so I can add him to the list. You're still fast on these boys. They're slow.
Mm.
Cool. All right, Val, you're up.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of a way to fix old buddies. without burning her. Like, can I see anybody, or am I just completely off on my own?
You have to like they started just moving past trees. You have to make perception checks, which will all be at disadvantage because you are effectively lost in the thrall of this area's effect.
Right. So Felix, I can't see or hear him, or I can hear him but I can't see him.
Yeah, like I said, just go make a perception check to see if you can find him.
Right. I'll make a perception check then.
Not a hard one, but it's a disadvantage, so.
Yeah.
I mean, 30 and 32 is going to do it.
Yeah,
Yeah, so you sort of like look around past these trees. You see Felix off to one side and Dom and Tigger just ahead a little bit. But they're all wandering straight towards these like shadowy balls with eyes in them.
Right. Do I know what these are now that I can see them?
You have never in your life seen these things before.
Okay. In which case, the thing that's drawing Tig and Dom in, would I know vaguely what it is?
Do me a favor, you can roll history, religion, or nature, depending on what you have best.
Nature. Religion it is.
You would assume it's got to do something with the river, but that's about it.
Yeah. Would it be, basically what I'm looking for is it a magical effect?
It's a more or less a divine effect of the plane.
Right.
Right. So, what would you like to do?
I think like my purpose here is to prevent this sort of bullshit. There's a thought. It's just one creature, and yet power word kill is everything. Well, that's bullshit. All right. Otherwise, power word stun on every fucker here.
Go for it.
No, it's only on one creature. But that's complete waste of time because there's too many to really bother with.
Okay.
I am lost. I want to stop Dom and Tig. I could dispel evil and good again.
Do you want me to skip your turn and get after their turns so you can get some time to think? Just see.
I'd rather not.
Well, either that or we're going to skip the turn because we're running out of time with it.
All right. I'll cast dispel evil and good, and I'll cast it on Tig because she's further up.
Okay.
And this will be to get rid of any... Yeah, break the enchantment that's luring her further in.
As you do it, it has no real effect. You sort of reach out with this trying to make it work, and it just doesn't. You can tell that whatever it is not an enchantment effect. It is literally something has grabbed a hold of their souls, and their body is just following. So you need to be able to find a way to stop them in their tracks, whether that be physically or magically. That might be the only way you can do it. You can make that assumption based on the fact that you did just cast a spell to do something and it didn't work.
Yeah.
Right. So, this small creature comes rushing up to Felix with a buddy. And let me go and measure this one too. And another buddy. It is going to make, as I open this character sheet again, an attack at you.
A melee attack?
One melee attack, yes.
Yep.
It's going to bite you.
Sure.
Does 10 hit?
No.
Okay.
Swing!
The next one, the one further back is going to cast Hold Person on you. So you have to make I believe it's a wisdom save for the whole person. As I scroll down and double check. That was also the wrong button. Sorry if that just dragged them out. I apologize.
All right.
But yeah, it's been a while since I've used this spell. Surprisingly. Yeah, make a DC 14 save.
Wisdom.
Let's go with yes. Nice. The
Did it.
The only person in the party who's any good at them.
The next two make bites at you.
Mhm.
One, that's a goddamn a 9 again.
Nope. Swing.
27.
Ah. Dang it. Yeah, that hits.
That's at the other end of the spectrum, somewhat.
Yeah, that's...
So what you see is as it opens up, this small child comes crying and screaming out and grabs onto you and drags forward this shadowy essence behind it, which clamps on. And it just sinks straight through your armor. You take 4 points of constitution damage.
I beg your... What the All right.
As something that's been around the dead a lot, Valiste being a creature of this plane, you understand a bit more about the undead and stuff. You kind of get the feeling of what's just happened, and you realize that these creatures directly attack the victim's souls. AC means nothing to them.
Right. Okay. Good to know.
Right. That's all that can affect you, though, Felix. So, not a problem. That makes it the second row's turn. And they're going to go down now, down now, down now. That one can't do anything. He's going to go there. Going to go there. Cool. All right. Can I get Dom and Tig to make a wisdom save now at disadvantage?
Jeez.
Since you're already under its thrall.
Can I use my nat 20?
Yeah, I'm gonna use my nat 20.
There's no way I can pass this save otherwise. Like,
You're both using your nat 20s on this?
Yeah.
I hate wasting it on something like this, but
No, I don't
Okay.
think.
I feel like this is
wasting
an
it, dude.
investment,
Yeah.
honestly.
You sit there and you steel yourselves, you snap for just a moment, realizing. And as you look down, you can see in the water around your feet, your reflection up is this empty, gaunt figure, and it's your soul is being pulled through the water out, maybe 200-300 feet through all these trees. So as you steel yourself and using that 20, it just snaps back into it and into your body, and the reflection becomes your normal self. You have control of yourselves again, but that is your whole turn.
Okay. Shit.
Alrighty. Let me just do this, and it's Felix's turn.
All right. So, am I sort of still being held by the child thing?
Yeah, it sort of latches onto you, but you can move away from it if you want, though you will get attacked a lot.
I don't want to move away from it. I want to specifically attack that.
Yep, go for it.
Yep. A 29.
Yeah, that'll hit.
Yep. And would you allow me to use Green Flame Blade with that as well?
Yeah. Just it's a cantrip. I can assume you're using on everything that's not.
Yep.
Yep. So that does that. It also, I believe, bounces to adjacent targets. Does it not?
That's what Green Flame Blade does.
Yes, it does.
How much does it do to the original target?
Let me. Sorry.
I haven't got the book open in front of me, so you have to link the spell in the chat, please. And I'll just give a quick read.
Actually, I should. Yeah, give me a sec. Sorry.
Either way, I believe the one you hit is dead. Just I need to have an idea.
There we go. Send it to you. As part of the action, use melee attack. On a hit, the target suffers the attack's normal effects. Green Flame leaps from the target to a different creature of your choice that you can see within 5 feet of it. The second creature takes fire damage equal to your spellcasting ability modifier.
Okay. Again, did you link that in the chat or somewhere else?
Oh, sorry, I linked it in the Zoom chat.
No, put it in the chat in the game so the audience can see it as well, please.
Sorry, I have to do that through.
But yes, okay. So the initial one is,
Sorry.
is more
I'm
or
not
less
used to using roll
kaput.
20.
That's fine.
Um,
It's just alive, and the one next to it, take 22. Cool. Oh, they all went down. Fuck it. Yes. So it jumps across. They're all alive, but barely. You still see them screaming and clawing at themselves, but that's about it.
I'm not quite too
Ballast
sure
there.
how I can link it. Sorry.
That's fine. Producer Veg will do it for us. Don't worry about it.
Sorry.
Ballister gets out his scythe, moves right next to Felix, and attacks one with green flame blade.
Go for it. Try these individually. For some reason, it didn't work.
That's cool. 24.
Hits, and 16 is going to kill that one that you're touching right there. If it's the one between you and Felix.
Yeah. And then my spellcasting ability modifier is +5, so you 5 jump to each of the other ones because green flame blade.
Okay, let's have a look. When it takes he takes normalized effects, and the green fire each target to different creature of your choice that you can see within 5 feet. It takes damage equal to and it goes up by 1d8 plus 1d8 11th and 17th. So cool. Okay, that makes you do 1 plus 3
An
plus
extra
8.
3d8 fire damage.
Yeah. Okay, so this one's dead, and I'll say that one's dead. Right. It is now.
Can I, just as a query,
Yeah.
one of them was killed with Void's Call directly. What happens on that front?
You watch the blade that you sort of has arced out, and you've rent this rift in the air as you swung it. No, and it vibrates and shakes. And your whole hands are shaking. He doesn't want this. Whatever these things are, he wants nowhere near him.
Okay.
You might not be getting a choice, but yeah.
Well, he's killed that one. There we are.
He has killed that one. Right. So, seeing you guys snap out of it, I'm gonna have 1, 2. This one's gonna go to there. This one's gonna go chase Book down, and this one's coming for you.
Book.
Right.
No.
So, Felix.
Yep.
Firstly, you're gonna get attack against you.
Uh-huh.
Yep. Let's see how this goes. A bite attack. 12 misses, does it not?
Yes, misses.
So as you stabbed it, it's sort of like recoiled and just reaching out again,
Yeah.
and just misses completely. Dom. You have whole person casting you.
Oh, great.
Make
I believe
a
that's
wisdom saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw at disadvantage. That's a -1.
Wow. Or
I got
one.
Okay.
a -1 on that.
So you are held trapped still. Now, does that mean I get advantage if I attack you now?
Oh my
And
god,
it automatically critically
that's
hits.
so mean.
Oh.
Cool.
If it hits.
Right. So the next one sits there and bites out at you. It didn't roll. I'll try that again. Bite. Hello, please.
No, he
Oh,
just
the
misses.
I'm invincible.
Well, it rolls
Apparently.
a nat 1 and nat 1, and that's the only 2 that can reach you. So yes. Oh no, wait, advantage 12 and then double nat 1s. So still misses.
Wow.
But you are held,
Wait,
and we'll try this again.
I am not seeing that.
It just took forever to come up. Let's have a look on.
Still hasn't come up on mine. There we go.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's not popping up.
It's not popping up on the stream either.
No,
Oh. I mean, it's fine. It missed. It's fine.
it's alright. Let's move on.
It's probably me just having a little bit of a lag issue. Take his time and get through. All right. Now, against Valiste, these creatures reach out once more against you. And if only it could roll better. I'm just going to refresh my page. So, as I refresh it, it's going to reach out, try to grab onto you. And again, you get this crying child's face push out as this thing opens up, tears streaming down its black void eyes. And does a 14 hit you?
No.
Cool. Next one. Does a 22 hit you?
17. Not if I cast shield, which I would.
Okay, so you sort of see it scrabble at the edge of the shield, and as it does it, it's actually clawing through it, and the magic seems to get absorbed into it as it just does it. This thing dissolves and unravels spells.
Okay.
The last one's going to try and numb on Book.
No, Book.
Oh, it hits. And it must make a wisdom saving throw or be stunned for 1 round. Cool. I just didn't have
Book's not in initiative.
I mean, Book's just running at the start of every turn.
Okay. He didn't move last turn.
Oh, shush you. Wisdom saving. He fails. He is stunned and being numbed on. So you hear this squawk cut off short as this thing is clamped onto Book. Right. Going back to turn order after the Mesoloths, it is... can I get both Tig and Dom to roll for initiative now? Make sure you click your tokens so we can see you in, but it is Felix's turn with 24. I don't think I was beaten that.
Okay, so I've got the one next to me, right? Like in front of me?
Next to you, yes.
Yep. Alright. He's getting the stabby. He's getting the stabberoonie. That's what's going on there. Alright. And I'll do Green Flame Blade again with this. 26 hit?
26 hits.
Yep.
And it just, again, you pierce it through and it just into nothing. And its wailing screech and just like crying sort of fades away. But you're beginning to realize that the crying you're hearing is just overlapping and overlapping. Every time one of these creatures shows up, it intensifies. Maybe you manage to kill one off, goes away. The crying you're hearing are these creatures. As you finish killing that one, you look around, you see 20 or 30 more just come streaming through the trees. You can actually see through these gaps that the river is maybe a kilometer or 2 away, and they're coming like just crawling out of the river. All right. Unless you want to move, it's Styx's turn. Do you want to move?
Yes. So they're coming from the river.
Yes.
So if I was to like back up 30 feet, I would be away from the river.
You'd be off the map, but they're going to keep following you.
Yeah, I know. Oh, fuck. No, leave me where I am.
Okay.
I'll use... leave me where I am.
Okay.
Tig. So, I'm not going to be there. I'm going to disappear without killing these fuckers if that influences your decision in any way, Reese.
No, Tig, it's your turn. We'll get to that in a minute.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to turn around and I would like to rage.
Of course.
Good call. Yes.
And smash this bitch right here. Oh, wait, sorry. It occurs to me I'm going to have to move around to... there, so I can actually reach its face.
Yep.
Because at the moment, otherwise I'm just seeing a big cloud. So I'm going to go here and pretty much try and shove him and just go try and smack it in the face.
Yep, make an attack.
Fit.
You attacking recklessly?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, you kill it, because that's a lot of damage. So that one's just, you put your hand in, and as you pull it out, all the bark on your fingers starts falling away until it's just like a skeletal wooden structure with your mithril fingertips there. And you can hear the voice of the ant inside just like screaming.
I'm sorry. Need to save tribe.
Okay. You have more movement and more attacks. Do you want to stay still or do you want to keep doing stuff?
Oh, no, I'm going to move again.
Which way?
So are there any... Oh, fuck it. Yeah, no. I'll go for this one here. I'm going to try and use my normal arm to hit this one. See what
Alright.
that does to me. Is that just going to be a strength one, or just go for Tig arm?
Just make an attack, and we'll drop the difference in strength off, which is 3. You crit! It's dead! Don't worry, you're fine. Fuck you, Tig.
Who needs the arm?
just pimp slaps the shit out of it.
No.
And it just sort of like tumbles away, spiraling to dust as it goes. Its arms just like spinning comically as it goes. And it's dead. And the hold person on Dominic breaks. And since you critically struck and killed something, and you have Great Weapon Master, you can move and attack again.
Awesome.
Do it.
I'm gonna go for this guy right here. And
Loving it.
give him another smick. 26.
It hit. 20 doesn't kill it though. Thank God. My mom's dying. So you punch him with your regular arm, pull it out, and your hand feels cold. You feel the chill in your bones, and it reaches up through your flesh to your heart. And you feel like your heart slows down its beat. You feel very tired and sluggish. It's maybe beating once every 5 to 10 seconds. You don't know how you're alive.
Okay.
Hey, Dom, it's your turn.
Oh my god, I'm gonna shoot that one immediately right next to me first. 22 hits, I'm assuming.
Oh, yep. Mm-hmm.
For 12.
Yep. As you sort of, your arrow of light and dark sort of just goes straight through it, and it just, this one doesn't scream and die out, it just sighs and disappears.
Dom, if you could do me a good favor and help Book.
Oh yeah, that's the plan. I just kind of spin on the spot and throw a sharpshooter at the one on Book. Yeah. No. Is it make a wisdom save?
It is make a wisdom save to find Book, because you should have been under the effect of the same thing these guys were, and I didn't do that. So because you're going to try to find Book.
Nick,
where is he? As I
say, in which case, the one's fighting me, mate.
Yeah, and I'm gonna sharp them both.
Let me just double check this thing's AC. Oh, hello. Please open. Please open. Character sheet. It's got a really high AC. Yeah, no. So the crit definitely hits it, and don't worry about rolling. It's dead. It's very dead. The last one does not die. It is going to, well, I mean, Valistay gets to attack first, but yeah, you can move though if you want.
No, I'm right behind Tig. It seems like that's probably the safest place to be. She
fair enough.
Ripped 3 of them off of me, so.
Val.
Tech.
What would you like to do?
Valistay uses the Blessing of the Raven Queen to move 30 feet. There, and then move another 30 feet with his normal move.
Did you fail to find Book before?
No, but I can see the Mezoloth.
Fair, you can see that.
And,
so you'll see it attached to a slowly calcifying Book.
Oh, good. And then I attack it.
Yep. Make your attack. Jesus Christ. Yep. That hits. Does 16 points damage.
I'm gonna pump that up with my Bardic Inspiration dice to add an extra like 5d10s or whatever it is. It's a lot. Yeah, 5d8 psychic blades. 5d6. It's 8d6. Psychic damage addition.
Look, I want you to roll, but you only have to get 14 to kill it.
Yeah, this was my thing. I was like, that's not enough, right?
And you also moved away. Oh no, you disappeared. Never mind. So no attack opportunity.
Yeah. Otherwise, I wouldn't have done it. It is D8s, and I need a lot of them. Yo.
Look at all these
Oh,
kids.
Okay.
Oh,
So as you just sort of like
it's
you
good.
hit it, and your blade just sort of like and solidifies, and the creature gets sucked in, and it's just like clawing at the edges, doesn't want to go. It's just like just a small child just begging not to be left alone to wherever you're sending it, and then it just claws at the edges of reality as it goes inside.
I say, don't worry, there's plenty of other souls in there with you as it goes in. Book, are you okay?
And it just sort of looks down at its legs, and one is completely calcified and can't move. The last one of these things is going to rush at Felix.
He's having the best day.
Oh, just the best week, actually.
And I think it was last week I was given advantage as a DM, so I'm going to use that now.
You're. Okay.
I believe the platinum points reset at the beginning of each session. Platinum point rewards. I believe that's the rule. That's how that works.
You take...
Producer is telling me I'm correct.
Yep.
You take... Well, you guys get him back. Shut up. I didn't use it last time. You take... Fine. You don't get hit then. I was going to give you 2 points of constitution damage.
Well, it depends on what you rolled anyway as well.
Well, 22.
Oh, damn, that's just outside of... Yeah, okay, that would have hit.
But you don't.
Yeah, hey.
So it misses you.
Sick.
It goes back to Felix's turn.
Alright, I'm stabbing this thing in the face. I'm like, you try... Ha! Doing the same thing. Storm's Caress, Scream Flame Blade.
There you go.
All right. You hit it. You do a total of... Not enough to kill it. Right. It sort of slides your blade in, pull it out, and it tries to grab the blade and come with it, and you sort of like, you lacerate its hands, it bleeds shadow, and then it gets sucked back into its palms. Tig, you're up.
We need a plan!
Oh, jeez.
He's running a plan.
Yes.
Shit. Okay.
Good one.
So, just to be clear, DM, we're still in the marsh?
Yep.
Mhm.
And we have to cross the river.
Uh-huh.
Do we?
You'll see when you
Yes.
get there.
Okay.
Right. Okay. Here's what's going to happen.
Oh, Tig.
Tig's not happy at all. I'm actually... I don't know what's happening with my map right now. So there's one still attacking Felix, correct?
It is, yes.
All right. Boom. I'm going to go punch him.
Hello.
Hello.
Help.
But
Help.
I'm just going to yell to everyone, go to Dom, we fix. And I'm a snack. 25.
You hit it, and it's dead. Is it with Tig arm or un-Tig arm?
No, this is untig arm.
Right,
This
so
is
just
normal arm.
punch it in the back of the head. I have been forgetting to remind you that you only get your extra damage with Tig arm. Otherwise, it's just 1 plus your strength.
Oracle.
So you wouldn't be getting like 18 damage. You'd be getting 7 and still be alive.
Yep.
Not even 7. You'd be getting 5.
Yep.
And nor would all the other ones you slapped around be dead. So you have to use Tig arm if you actually want to hurt it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Okay. So you slash through it, and you watch as all the sort of greenery down your arm sort of wilts, and you feel your hair just go lank and brittle. But it dies.
Okay.
It dies looking at you. You watch its eyes go wide in fear, and it tries to run. You hit it. Everyone else that was looking towards where these were coming from sees the ones that were running start breaking off in different directions. They were charging you. Now they're running seems to be away in fear as you see the earth and the marsh sort of quake and rumble towards you. Something underground is snaking its way, and as it moves, the ground sort of collapses in, and the river Styx follows it, channeling a path, moving 200 or 300 feet at the moment per round, so faster than you could run.
Book
Can I
fly.
cry? Like, is that an option? Just cry?
Right between, you can say it. You can say that. It's fine.
I grab Book by both shoulders, say, Book, fly, now.
Book cast fly on himself and you, and grabs you and tries to fly up, and obviously can't carry you. He's not strong enough.
Yeah. I appreciate it, Book. And I'll fly with him.
Sorry,
Where's
I
it
forgot
coming
his
from?
leg is calcified. His leg is calcified into the ground. When he tries to fly, he stays in the spot.
Am I able to, are we still in turn order?
Yeah, this thing's about to roll for initiative.
Having finished my turn,
wanna
I've
cut
still got a
his
little
leg
bit of movement. Can I? Oh wait, that's
Okay.
turn.
All right.
Never mind.
So what we'll do is, I'm going to roll this thing's initiative, and I'm going to give you an idea of what the fuck's going on. So, you'll just slot into this turn order. Right. So this enormous shadow rises above all of you. It's just a terrifying monstrosity. And each of you instantly just clicks in your head. This is an astral dreadnought. You don't know where that information comes from. You don't know what that means completely. But its head just pushes out of the plane. It's just one large eye looks down at all of you. And the fear you have felt in this place, it's just magnified tenfold. It's just now total. This creature is the greatest of all soul hunters. And instinctively, you kind of know this. To fall in combat with this creature is to be just unraveled into oblivion. Creatures have been traveling the plane since the dawn of the multiverse, trying to devour everything they come across and take soul to their master. You're not sure, again, how this info has come to you. It's just some sort of enigmatic knowledge that all creatures that see this thing know. It is maybe 4 or 5 times the size of a red dragon, and it's covered from head to toe in layers of thick spiked plates and 2 large gnarled limbs that end in razor-sharp pincers point out to you. It has one massive eye, which has constellations swimming into it.
This isn't the thing I saw when I blinked and ended up in a different plane that one time.
Could be something similar to, yeah.
Nope.
Right. So, since Book's the last in the turn order,
So he's stuck to the ground. His leg is stuck,
yes.
and he's cast fly on both of us.
Yes.
Okay.
This creature, well, I'll wait till it gets to its turn. But it's Dom's turn next. This creature hasn't had a turn, it's just here. Right now, it's looking towards Tig and Felix. So what would you like to do?
I would like to yell, I think that might be a good clue to hit the ritual. And I am going to cast Fly.
Go for it. And what do you do with your fly?
I fly away.
You just left the map for me?
Yeah, you're like, I'm out.
Yep,
No,
okay.
I'm not flying away. Like, I'm not running away, but I am getting some distance between me and this thing.
Is it flying?
You can't tell because some of its body is still underground.
Okay, but it's currently at ground level, is
Yeah.
my question. Right.
It's at ground level and 40 feet tall level and negative 40 feet level. It's big.
Yeah, it's huge. Okay.
Jeez, and honestly, you know what? I might as well use my action surge now and just try to put 3 arrows in it.
Go for it.
There's little reason why not to. Let's be cocky and make them all sharpshooter shots, shall we?
But why don't you make one of them and then work forwards?
You know what? That's a great idea. Let's start with a regular shot. A 32
does hit, yes.
Let's explore its AC.
How would you have felt if I said no?
I would
have
very
gone
concerned.
All right, so it takes 5 points of damage.
I should probably do this. I'm going to Hexblade Curse it as a bonus action.
Sure.
And then I'm going to take 2 more sharpshooters this time. Wham,
Yep.
wham.
11 and 12 both miss.
Oh, that's fucking bullshit.
Ooh,
Two
that's
crits down the
rough.
side.
The 2
Oh, no.
crits down the side. That's fucking rough.
Yeah, so you see Dom take this like one quick kind of snapshot and then focus in
And miss
shadows
completely
pull in
twice.
a little more, and then yeah, I guess the other shots just crack off of it.
How do you miss a 40-foot fucking?
It's
not about
You
missing,
missed
it's
it
about-
3 feet.
It's about trading its armor.
All right. In its turn, it's gonna. I'm not gonna do that. It's gonna look really dumb. It's gonna turn and look at both Valistay and Book. You feel the magic leave your body
Ooh.
as its
Well,
eye
as in-
sweeps across to you. Your magic just goes. You have no magic. It is then going to move up.
Sure.
It is going to grapple Book,
Uh-huh.
which I'll do like this.
R.I.P. Book.
32 definitely grapples him. Should have probably done as a strength, but with plus 13 he's fine. And he's going to let's see. Then bite at him.
Question.
33.
No!
Question.
Yes.
No.
Is he lifting Book to his mouth?
He just reaches down and like grabs with the claw,
Pulls
grabs
him
him, and then just like goes both pulling him up and reaching down. So the leg just probably comes off.
Cool.
And he just
That's my
throws him into the mouth. And Book just gets bitten once and it's just like hanging from the teeth at the moment.
Did Book's book get taken with Book?
Book's book got taken with Book.
I enjoyed that sentence. Thank you, boys. Oh, it's not.
Valistay, it is your turn.
What do you want from me here, Nova? Like half a. I have no magic. So all of the plans I had right up until
Got your scythe?
20 seconds ago. Oh, scythe. Oh, yes. let's hit it with. No. That's about where I'm at.
Yeah, I think that's your best option.
Make an
That
intelligence
is-
check.
Sure, that thing I'm at plus nothing for. Oh, now
20.
now I roll well.
So you understand that this only happened as it looked at you, that its eye is some
Anti-magic.
sort of anti-magic effect. It's like your magic got sucked into the void that is inside it.
Cool. What do you reckon? I should cast summon greater demon now?
That book outlines how to do it as a ritual. It takes like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not happening.
Okay. It's because it is an action cast, but only if you know it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I all right. I feel exactly the same. That is the noise my brain made. It's like perfectly.
Oh boy!
Decisions,
Right
guys.
over our head.
I cast Tensor's transformation on me.
Okay, you are currently inside an anti-magic area. You'd have to move out of it.
Oh, well, okay. So, because, all right.
It's anything it's looking at, right? And you are in its
But
cone of
I didn't
sight.
know it was looking at me. You said it was. All right. I don't do that. Then I attack it with my scythe. It's like, hey, Void, you hungry?
No response, but you can swing. Yes, 30 shall hit. You are correct. Doing
No. Bardic inspiration. With that that 8d6 psychic damage as well.
Go for it.
That's nowhere near as good as the last one, but I'll take it. 26.
Take 26. So it just doesn't even move. You just hit it. The blade goes in, pulls out, and you just sort of realize it doesn't care.
But
As a legendary action, you just all feel this air rush past you, and you watch Book's eyes go wide, and he's trying to pull himself out, and his body goes limp, and you watch as the spectral form of his soul just gets sucked straight down its gullet. The last thing you hear, Val, is, "Please don't let it take me. Try, please." And it's just this stretched out please that just dies in its throat.
there would have been, I just retconning because I think it's important, some sort of book no when the scythe. Yeah. Oh,
So, to be clear,
book's dead.
as a standard action, this creature can use. As a legendary action, this creature can. Any creature that has grappled, it can devour its soul. You watch as it sort of enlarges and gets more like thicker plates. Its eye glows brightly, and it grins down at you, and we'll end the session there.
Nova, you're a fucking monster.
I hate you.
You, just an evil cunt.
Yeah, you're sleeping on the couch.
You killed the sweetest, nicest NPC I've ever met.
You're sleeping on the couch.
Yeah, damn straight. Don't come to me for pity.
This thing's dying.
No, it's not.
Oh no,
Let's be honest.
Tig's dying. Tig's dying. Because she's going to go get Book.
So I hope you all enjoyed this session.
I really
I hope you're referring to the audience. I hope they enjoyed this session.
I hope everyone have fun. Yay!
Yeah.
You're
You're uninvited to Veg's wedding.
I feel like him and Jules are sitting there watching this, being like, "Fuck this guy! No, he's not coming anymore."
Fuck that prick.
On a happier note, as we finish the session, I found out yesterday that I'm an uncle. So woo!
Hey! Congratulations.
Yeah, he's an uncle.
Your niece or nephew is a terrible, has a terrible person for an uncle. Congratulations to them on that.
It's right. He'll teach you all the fun stuff. All the cute, here's the game stuff.
This is how to break everyone's hearts.
No.
All right. So thank you very much to the audience for watching, sticking around, supporting. The chat's been good to watch. Thank you for the bits, the subs, the donations, which really help the players survive these sort of things and keep us running these games. And yeah, thanks to Bree for amazing art, and to Wonders of Blunders for giving us Agent. Wonders of Blunders is an amazing podcast you'll check out. See the information down below. Nerds of the West for handing us Reese. And then Josh for being friends with Veg and being invited along.
Yeah, that.
You guys can do your outros. I feel like you're all mad at me, so we'll start with Reese.
Hey guys, I'm Reese. Spoiler alert, Reese. I work with a channel called Nerds of the West. We stream here on Twitch, playing video games. We mainly do board game content as well. And we have a YouTube channel as well, which also has all of our board game videos and stuff on there. So if that interests you, feel free to come check us out. We're pretty cool people. And also check me out on Twitter, spoiler alert, Reese. I post wrestling memes, so.
That he does.
Yep.
Next along, we have Agent, who actually got his bar filled today. So next session, he gets a revelation.
Yeah,
Hopefully
my
he doesn't
revelation is I miss book. My name is Agent Number 1. I am part of the Wonders and Blunders crew, which of course you can find linked to below. I've also been playing Dominic in this campaign. I also play in the Empires of Darkness campaign, where I play Constantine, and I'm DMing a game in like 8 hours or something on this channel called The Ruffians, which is in its not finale, but the one before the finale, I guess.
Penultimate.
So penultimate episode. So it's a short little campaign, but we're doing a fun little masquerade ball later. So if you're around, go to sleep, wake up, come check us out, or stay up all day and check us out in the evening if you live in the Americas.
Right. Shro.
Hi guys, I am Shrigril. I live in the same house as Nova.
Not for long.
Yeah, I played Tig tonight. Tig is heartbroken and very angry. But truth is, guys, I really did have a lot of fun. This is why we do it. Getting invested with characters makes this way more epic, and you just we really do love it. But yeah, you can pretty much find me here for this game. You can also find me here on Monday nights for the Warhammer game, which we're having a break from for a bit, but they'll advise on what's going on with that. Yeah, I live here on the channel, and the DM sleeping on the couch. But I'll see you guys another day.
Love the meme. White Street just threw in the chat. I'm up in the Discord. And last but not least, Josh.
I love Chayad. Kill him in his sleep. Yeah. I mean, I don't know where they live yet. Hi everyone, I'm Josh the Pirate. I am a Perth-based professional actor and voice performer and puppeteer as well. I brought one along to say hi. Hello, my name's Yusuf. And I'm gonna do Josh's outro for him. Okay. So fuck it. Josh performs with Debbie Dragons as Skin Feldspar, and he has a little dragon. If you want to have a look for them, they are theredragonscast.com. You will find them there. They've just released their 15th episode, and it's pretty fucking epic. And no small innocent creatures died. Important. Some lessons to learn, Nova. Okay. If you want to see more of my comedic stylings, I am Yusuf. And I am in Pupperotica, Josh's erotic-themed puppet show, which will be on a Fringe World if it opens next time because of coronavirus. Guys, thanks so much for coming. You can go away now. That was epic and fun. Look, there's some minor hatred, but it's mainly, it's just good. It's innovating. I like it. Yeah. Thanks for coming. Thanks for commenting. Thanks for all of the things. It was lovely. It was fun to watch everybody enjoying. And we'll look. How are you going to raise your game from here, Nova? From an astral demon thing? Yeah.
It can only get worse, buddy.
Oh, wait, I'm sure you'll dig up some other bullshit monster for us to not win against.
Hi, my name is Nova 1. I'm the DM here. The hatred.
I hear the
you can find me here. I run the channel with Veg, who you meet in a second. He's our producer. He's behind the scenes right now. We've got this. We've got our YouTube channel. We've got Twitter and whatnot. You can find the information down below. We've got a game on a very short hiatus at the moment that's on Monday nights called Empires of Darkness. It's a Warhammer-based D&D game, Warhammer Fantasy, with a short stint into Warhammer 40k, which was interesting. And then there's the Thursday night internship just wrapped up, which was an epic show, which Veg DM'd. And then this game on Friday nights, which I run, which has been a blast so far. We're a bit over halfway through, and we'll just see if they survive. I mean, it's been good so far.
There was a couple of moments of nope.
Yeah. Alrighty. I'll pass along to producer Veg to get the rate going.
Yeah, no, fuck you.
Our sentiments exactly.
Yeah. I speak for the chat. I'm here for the chat. Yes, guys, I'm producer Veg. Thank you all in the chat. I want to give a big shout out to any actor for chucking the raid at the start, and of course, it wouldn't have been so amazing if we didn't get those mad drops in the subs tonight. That is absolutely amazing. Thank you all so much for that. We really appreciate everything that you guys chuck at us because it helps us keep this channel alive. And we do this for you because we like to. We like D&D and giving it to you guys to watch.
Turns out D&D's fun.
Right?
It's like making people cry.
Just if you can make one person cry, and then you can make a group of people cry, and then you can make an audience of people cry. Oh, epic. Anywho,
You could make your spouse, fiance, whatever cry.
Yeah, look, that one makes me feel a bit bad.
But yes, we do have to wrap it up for this evening. You can catch us again tomorrow morning. That's 9 a.m. AWST, the Australian Western Standard Time, or 9 p.m. EST in America. And as we do at the end of a stream, we chuck you guys along with a little bit of love to show some love to another streamer. Generally, we like to do this with a community member or somebody within the D&D space. And this evening, we do not have any community members. Oh, and we do. I lie.
Grizz.
I'm a liar. Yes, Grizz. We're going to go raid Mr. Grizzly Gaming, who is an amazing Western Australian streamer. He has played in a couple of my one-shots. He played alongside Nova One in one of those, and he is an amazing champion. So come along. We're going to go raid him. Chuck up your favorite raid emotes. In fact, a whole heap of new subs. We've got your R4D raid emote now. So chuck them all at him. Tell him all about the game tonight. Talk to him about your favorite game. And we'll see you guys in the next one. So bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Chat.
Yeah.
We're gonna kill you.